Okay, so after looking at it, he just double crosses you. So that is not what I want. I wish they would tell me what they were arguing about or what this is all about, but they don't.
I'm busy. I'm pulling all the data that I can from Calvert's computers. Everything the little bastard gathered is here. And then, when I'm done, I'll leave this place to sink into the sea. Now that we're rid of Calvert, I'll be heading north to pursue my next rival. There are only a few of us left now. The great game goes on. Sort of what's a word you'd understand? Microcosm? Yeah, it's a microcosm for the old world.
I wonder, do they keep going with this story? And four, I don't think so. It'd be pretty cool if they did. How did he know that I was gonna come out of that?
What was that?
Me? Shooting you?
Maybe I'm hearing things. Found you.
Want to get a unique sniper rifle? I wish there was more variety of weapons in this game, like different versions of it that look a little bit different. But I'm not. I think it was okay for what they tried to go for. You know, as a smuggler, I'd be pretty pissed if I was sitting out in the water just picking off people because I have nothing better to do, and then seeing a dude rise from the fucking island out of a culvert, being like, oh, well, it looks like there was something underneath my feet this entire time, so maybe I shouldn't have been just sitting out here doing jack nothing. Pilgrim's Landing. Nadine. Oops, I was reading text. Okay. We'll finish up the rest of these quests in Point Lookout, then we'll head back and try to do at least some of the main quest. And after that, that'll be all of episode 12. If I'm remembering correctly. Why am I taking dirty water? Unit mission parameters. Evaluate medical and social needs of the local populace. Raise awareness of health risk and provide aid to local need basis. Assist with federal fitness registry and compliance program. Volunteers must always uphold the standards of the collective benevolence program in public and private. New plague public information. Know the signs. Safeguard yourself and your community by knowing how to identify a person suffering from the new plague. Common symptoms: profuse sweating, unexplained contusions and swelling, massive external hemorrhaging. New ideals such as socialism. Remember CIR. When you believe someone you've come into contact with, a person exhibiting one or more of these telltale signs, remember to CIR. Confirm symptoms. Approach the person suffering from the symptoms. If no civil or medical professional is available to do so, verify that the subject is exhibiting symptoms of the new plague. Isolate. Once it is established that a case of the new plague may be present, separate yourself and the person exhibiting symptoms from the general population, as a new plague is notoriously contagious. Report directly to the nearest federal fitness registry of medical center, or I think they meant or medical center, but whatever, and let the professionals handle it from there. Protect yourself. New plague is what's commonly known as a social disease. This means that the new plague is especially contagious and can be commonly caught in the course of social interactions, such as ice cream socials, cruising Main Street, promiscuous activity / sodomy, attending fairs or festivals. What's the best protection against social diseases? Why not stay at home and enjoy a novel or home-cooked meal? Limiting your exposure to other individuals is the best and more surefire way to avoid contracting the new plague. Get registered. Did you know that your government can protect you from the new plague and other biological dangers? It's true. All you need to do is visit your local federal fitness registry. Friendly federal professionals will be on hand to take a few minor samples and enter you into the National Registry. Your compliance with the National Registry program not only keeps your medical professionals up to date on your medical history and status, but contributes to a valuable research program and makes you eligible for special prizes such as fuel rations or vacations to exotic domestic locales. Okay. Unit logs. Head, whatever, fuck. Arrived with the first carload of volunteers. Today, federal presence is nil. I guess the registry program came and went here at some point, and there's some leftover equipment for them. I've been authorized to remove from storage and use. We've got some basic antibiotics and hygiene supplies and a couple of boxes of new plague awareness pamphlets. Not much to work with yet, but we were at least able to get started into the motel. For now, I'll focus on setting up our outreach center for Victoria while the rest of our volunteers get into the community and get a feel for their situation here. 2. The location we were given as an outreach center was a joke. The place is half built looks like we've been put together so far. And wait, and what's been put together so far looks like it's going to fall in on itself anytime. Gotta make sure. Okay. The real estate company wasn't much help. I sent a request for some field supplies so we can set up an outdoor center until this situation can be improved upon. My volunteers are telling me that a lot of the area lacks basic infrastructure, so we'll probably want to get started with some basic vaccines and sanitation supplies. I included some of this on today's purchase request, but I don't feel like we've got enough of the grasp of the local situation to request much more than just that yet. 3. We staged our first outreach event today, which didn't go well. The majority of the population in the central area of Point Lookout are transplants from the nearby urban centers. Lots of contracted construction workers, support staff for local businesses, and a handful of business people involved in construction projects. We're here to help the rural population who don't have a pot to piss in, but these people don't seem to come into town. We need to reevaluate our efforts. The local populace seems recluse. We have to get creative about our outreach. Victoria was badly wounded today. She took a truck of supplies out to the Arkandov Cathedral beyond the river. Most of the locals we want to help are living in primitive dwellings in the wetlands. The cathedral offered the closest public building to that area. She wasn't in much state to give details, but it sounds like nobody was around when she arrived. She ventured into the swamps to try to make contact with the locals at one of the shacks out there. The paramedics are treating a wound on the back of her head. She'll be okay, but it seems like her skull was fractured. Victoria doesn't remember anything beyond blacking out. There was nothing stolen from her person or medical supplies, but I'm still going to err on the side of caution and forbid volunteers from wandering out there alone. We'll do the best we can from here. Yeah, I would do that. Medical tent.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of your womb, Jesus. Greetings, child. I'm Marcella, missionary and student of the faith. How are you?
I don't think she's a tribal.
The feeling is mutual, child. I'd enjoy sharing my belief in the faith, if you'll listen.
Go ahead.
Would you like me to recite some scripture, or did you just want to know more about the faith? Of course. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. I will give unto him that is athirst of the fountain of the water of life freely. So lovely. Selflessness like that is a rare commodity these days. I can see why that particular passage inspired her. Scripture, the world as told in the Bible. Would you like to hear a verse? I'm afraid I don't have a copy of the scripture with me, but I can share a few passages. Here's one of my favorites. I tell you the truth. Whoever hears my word and believes him who sent me has eternal life and will not be condemned. He has crossed over from death to life. We try to improve the state of the wasteland by doing good where we can and by spreading the word of the Bible. We also recover and restore religious relics that we can find, but that's a secondary goal. I was raised at the Abbey of the Road, where I was educated until I could receive my rites of mission. That's when I first left the Abbey. What else? I'm relatively new here, Swamp folk fetishes or totems, they probably mark territorial lines or maybe are involved with rituals of some kind. I've read about a lot of primitive beliefs that use similar symbols. Voodoo magic, Santeria, Obeah. Fascinating if somewhat disturbing. Though the underlying beliefs seem quite dark, I'm not sure they're anything more than an empty set of traditions to the swamp folk. Sort of. The tents were collapsed when I found them. I was able to put them back together. This one smells the least like a wet Brahmin. I restored a terminal in one of the other tents. From that, it would seem that these tents were originally put here before the war by medical workers. Right. I'm from the Abbey of the Road. I'm afraid its location is secret, however. Hostile, in a word. I try to observe, but the swamp folk are dangerously aggressive to any outsiders. Lucky for us, they tend to keep to the swamp.
Okay. Ooh. Hillbar tied the Duchess up in the capital wasteland. I spent an afternoon training at the place called Rivet City. Broke bread with the Father Clifford. Inspirational to see another believer of the faith. Must make my way back here soon. Leaving the Commonwealth. I've done what good I can here. Need to get out before it catches up with me. Was able to do barter passage on the boat at itself. Don't know where I'll end up, but that's the nature of his work. The pit. Took shelter with a merchant caravan during a windstorm. More worrying tales from the pit. I wonder if my purpose will take me there one day. From what I must continue eastward. For now I must continue eastward to the Commonwealth. Okay. Locals. Agent as about island. She would love to meet oh, I'm trying to remember the name of the guy, but it's blanking on me right now. She would love to meet. Oh, it's from New Vegas, from the Honest Hearts DLC. I can see it in my head right now. Oh, this is gonna kill me. Oh my gosh, I can't remember it. But it's nice to see that all religion hasn't died. At least ones that are not as dangerous as cutting your skull open and taking a piece of your brain out. I would say that's pretty bad.
Huh? Cousin? Is that you?
Euro Surge.
Found ya!
Okay, I need to get stim packs in my body immediately. It was Caesar's lieutenant. He's a Mormon. That's what I remember. I know his name. I'm seeing him in my face. He's all bandaged up because he has burns all around him. That's what I can remember right now. Can't remember anything further. I keep thinking of names like Jebediah and stuff, and that keeps throwing me off. There's a landing spot of Captain John Smith's shallop upon his discovery of Point Lookout, 1216. They landed here? Okay. That wasn't what I was trying to do. Heat signature.
Keep your distance. What are you doing in my house? Well, Blackhall Manor isn't abandoned. Not yet. At least have the grace to come speak with her owner properly. Good, good. People should be able to sit and have civil discourse, the greatest of our lost arts. Wouldn't you agree? I'm glad you think so. Conversation is but one of the virtues that separate us from cretins like those swamp folk. Swamp folk who, I should mention, absconded with a book, a precious family heirloom. I wanted to ask you, friend, will you get it back? Good. The fools who stole it believe it has powers, so the thing is probably well guarded. There's a ritual site east of the boardwalk, in the basement of a ruined house. I think you'll find it there. Bring it back to me, and be paid. I suppose larceny isn't enough reason to hate. You must be new here if you don't know the answer to that by now. Yes, they're dangerous. They shoot at, smash, or try to eat anything that isn't them. And half the time they shoot at each other. They may have been men once, but no more. No, not them. That lot wants for brains. But they're at least somewhat civilized. The swamp folk have no creed, no morals. They think the book has a kind of occult power. Superstition and nonsense, of course. I don't suppose there's any harm indulging you. What interests you? Hundreds of years, and still standing strong. You're within a fine example of Victorian architecture, my friend. Just as much as it's named after us, I suppose. We took the Blackhall name when we arrived on these shores, generations before the Great War. We do well to remember history, particularly in this dark time.
What I can remember from this guy, I don't know if I want to help him. Oh, shoot. Thought it was a cup for a minute. Okay, see, this is concerning.
Wait a moment. I need to know. Has Obadiah sent you in search of a book? I thought as much. Listen to me very carefully, child. You mustn't bring it to him. That book is known as the Krivbekne, and it's a thing of evil purpose. Yes, the Krivbekne. The Blackhall family has a long, evil history with the book. It was lost to them long ago, but it's found a way back to Point Lookout, and Obadiah seeks to reclaim it. I ask no more. You can find me at my tent on the beach, south of Blackhall.
What is this quest called? Okay.
Barb's head!
Oh my gosh.
Wait a moment.
Alright, we're gonna do this real quick. I figured out he kills her, and this probably won't save her, but I'm just gonna... I don't care about the money. Now that we killed him. Shouldn't kill her, but I know that she'll just end up getting killed anyway. Which sucks.
This is our swamp.
It is your swamp. Guess what? None of you guys are fly like me.
My arm! No!
Ooh, a Nuka-Cola Quantum. Okay. Excuse me. Wonder who made all this stuff. Like, who made these buildings underground? Probably a cult, but like, why? Oh, you know, I just realized I have to go to Dunwich border, or not Dunwich borders, the Dunwich building. That is my least favorite part of, it's not that it scares me, it's just, I don't like being fucked with, and that place is prime getting fucked with. She's gonna be dead.
They attacked while I slept. I don't expect to survive. I only pray that that you haven't taken that book to Obadiah. You must take up my mission. There is one way to utterly destroy the Krivbekne, but you must take a pilgrimage far north of Point Lookout in the capital wasteland. Seek a place called Dunwich. Within is an obelisk, itself a wicked thing. It'll consume the book. You need only press the book to its surface. May God shed his blessings upon you, child. Make haste for Dunwich. My God, I am sorry for all my sins with all my heart. In choosing to do wrong and failing to do good, I have sinned against you.
No, you
Whom
didn't sin.
I should.
You tried to do the right thing. That's okay. Wish I could turn it around, but okay.
Found you.
Why would you mess with me, though? Like, if you see me coming out of there wearing this armor, like, let's be real. All this on. Would you still fight me? I mean, actually, probably. You could get a lot of good loot out of it, but it's not wise.
Oh, all of Madame Panada's wares are top quality.
That sucks. I tried to keep her alive, man. Turtle Dove Detention Camp. Okay, we gotta be very quiet. Because I am not trying to fight all these ghouls. Man, that sucks. The bad thing is, she's not wrong. He doesn't need to have that. But what I researched right after, because my game crashed, I had time, was that a lot of that quest changed for the better or worse, but I think it was for the better. Okay. 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 Completely decimated a Securitron. You don't know how, like, powerful you have to be to do that? Fishing pole. Medical clipboard. Dude, come on. Alpha, or alert, sorry. Alpha. I keep saying alpha. Alert, suspected spy. Continued. Federal agencies have added a new person of interest to our watch list. Dr. Chang is a Chinese national defector. Naturalization agents in Norfolk processed his defection after jumping from a merchant ship he was stowed away on. Chang was apparently in communication with a U.S. naval intelligence contact for some months prior. He reportedly brokered a immunity deal in exchange for his help recovering intelligence from a downed submarine off our coast. Chang is staying in room 110 at the Homestead Motel off the boardwalk. We are explicitly forbidden from issuing a search warrant against this location, but are authorized to monitor his activities in public. Interrogation reports. John Doe, submariner. Hunter spent another session in interrogation room B with surviving crew member from the Chinese spy sub. Navy is attempting to recover on. This guy's demonstrating extraordinary fortitude for a relatively low-ranking grunt. Can't say the Chinese don't make good soldiers out of their boys. I'm sure this one would have gone the same way as his skipper if the cyanide capsule in his molar hadn't been a dud. Hunter requested Method B interrogation clearance. I'm putting through to Quantico. Oh, these are Marines. Or maybe not. Maybe. For that in the morning. Yang succumbed under Method D interrogation during the afternoon. Medical examiner called in and verified cause of death as natural. For the records, she's filed away in the morgue downstairs for now. Locker TD0181. We're running out of space down there and may need to do a disposal early this quarter. Camp operations reports. Escape route patrols. Brenner observed suspicious activity after lights out yesterday. Prisoners apparently snuck into the morgue overnight. He had good sense not to apprehend them before reporting the event. We've known for some time about a septic runoff access point in the basement, which would be a good candidate for escapees. The runoff flows southwest of camp, about a quarter of a mile or so. We kept a low profile about this and post guards in the area. They could make their break any night. Meanwhile, I'll try to find an excuse to send somebody down there and check it out without arousing suspicion. I'd rather catch them in the act. Area incomplete archive. Okay. Intel industrial. Okay, we read that. Read that one. Suspected Chinese operative, previous incarceration 2062 in Canada, suspected in connection with Niagara. Sabotage. Yang escaped custody during transport to Albany, New York. Intelligence reports of Chinese activity in Maryland prompted local search efforts, which yielded an anonymous tip leading to Yang's capture and transfer to Total Dub detention camp. Okay. don't approach me. Harmonica. You had a stealth boy and you haven't used it yet? These guys must have been very confused. The bombs went off. Probably didn't even want to be in detention at that time. Probably wanted to be home. Sad, but some of these dudes were probably incarcerated. Wrongfully. Were they playing around in here? I couldn't imagine, dude. There's a couple other points of interest out here that we could check out, though. I mean, we're surrounded. There's one right there. Okay. I don't know what these blue pass cards are. You know what? Let's finish this up and then we go explore, because I gotta get some space.
Oh, it is.
Hello.
I knew that's why you came to me.
I need to
Of
repair
course,
some things too.
I learned many tricks from
Did you
my
know that?
father.
We did not know that.
I knew that's why you came
You
to
did
me.
not. I came here for the other things too. I don't care. Hold on, I'm just making sure of something. Okay. So the smuggler was just there. Leaning up against a building like she owned the place.
What the hell? Look what we... Hold still! Take cover! Spread out.
You weren't a bad guy. However, you were, little sniper boy. This is my lighthouse. I fixed it. No reason for you guys to come up in here and think that you own the place. You know what we're gonna do? Pop a little bit of this Rad-X and this Rad-Away. Look at this Chinese pistol. Mission parameters classified. Captain's eyes only. Vessel SSN TAC 37 TAC 1 Alpha is ordered to patrol hostile waters between. Not reading all that. Variations from patrol are tolerated as required by evasive circumstances. Crew is under strict instruction not to engage enemy if detected. Self-destruct protocol must be initiated in the event of immediate capture. Status updates are required at 6-hour intervals by one-way burst of comm orbital frequency. Self-destruct protocol initiated. Engineer must activate failsafe switch in aft engine to confirm sequence. Personnel will have less than 1 minute to evacuate. Oh god. Said less than 1 minute. Homestead Motel. Yes. Positive mission parameter satisfactory. Orbital intelligence verifies as plan determination. Agent, if you are receiving this message, then our satellites have registered the destruction of your... I'm sorry, I had to read text. Destruction of your objective. Well done. Please report to my personal bunker hidden among the crowds. With this transmission, bunker entrance is hidden, of course. Your pair of cryptographic spectacles have been hidden in the water tank of the toilet in your safe house. Retrieve them if you haven't already. Here is the sequence code. 1323442. Once inside, the passphrase Sapphirem descending. I look forward to congratulate you personally, Agent. Cryptographic. Does it? And covered. You guys are not my favorite right now. Now let's eat some of these punga fruits so I can enjoy the show.
Broke legs will slow you down.
You got your reward. See, these guys are not necessarily evil. They are evil, but not necessarily. Oh my gosh, I forgot about this. One, 3, 2, 3. Three, 4, 4, 2. Yes, it worked. It's just gonna be like a skeleton in there with a party hat on. Hey, we did it, yay! That'll be nothing, it'll just be Securitrons to kill them. Maybe they were that cutthroat. I mean, you never really know. Okay. 2 more level ups. Hmm. Okay. We could just say fuck it. Flying congressional style. Gotta remember that. Tumblers today. Have to remember that. You know what? We'll do 6. Gives us 7. Hmm. Let's do this one. What effects am I having right now? I've noticed that my weight goes up or down. It's weird. We'll figure it out in a minute.
This is a clearance acknowledged. Please step inside, Agent. Extraction details can be found on the terminal inside.
Okay, I kind of knew this was happening. Wait, is there another thing on here? This really sucks as a killing chamber. wood kill the robot, but he had nothing to do with that. Why is this on like covert premises? Wouldn't this like they work for the government? Oh, that makes it even weirder, dude. More ammo. Alright, I think we're almost done here. Do they talk to each other? I'll listen to them in order so I don't get any bad context. These things are fast, dude. Even before the war, this place was a little iffy. Pack of cigarettes. I gotta discover everything in here. And what is this? Parachute, it looks like. Oh, they killed him a while ago. Can't tell if this was before or after the war. Honestly, it's anybody's best guess. When the war happened, these guys were probably pretty well affected, but they probably didn't care. Like, it didn't change nothing. You gotta think, people cut off from the main world, I mean, it'll suck, but it doesn't change much for their world. Jet crash site. Okay. Okay. These reavers are almost insurmountable to deal with. Looks like a happy dad right now. Not anymore. The only reason my AP filled up is because I killed something in bats. These are probably inbred as hell, but man, I had to feel so free to be out here. Not that anybody would want to be that free. You have to be inbred, but think about it. On that couch, dude, I can imagine so many great nights with me and my boys. No taxes, no jobs, just fucking sitting there and shooting the crap. It would get probably boring fast though, because then I'd be like, well, I need some money. Hey, Bubba. What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? Yeah. What you doing? Okay, we got Burns' voice. Yeah, there's more stuff over here in the middle. Better stay hidden. Or some of them start trying to take pot shots at me as soon as I walk out of this. Watch this, I'm gonna walk back in here, I'm gonna die immediately. Oh, well. He's just interested in how his trap got sprung. I'm gonna leave him thinking that he just set it up wrong. the Nova Surge has been so good for me at least, but it really eats up a lot of either a lot of ammo or a lot of condition. Can't remember which yet. I think it's ammo, but its condition doesn't. Yeah, I think it is condition because condition runs through super quick.
You ain't have the look of a local, son. Think you could help a sick woman get on the mend? Reckon it's the orange fever. I do feel light in my head. Now that is just an awfully rude thing to say, sweetie. Oh, fine, maybe you're no hog's fool, but I reckon we both come out better if you can help me cook up some tonic. Secret family technique. Been so for generations. Help me brew some up by gathering ingredients. I'll share the batch to make it worth your while and sweeten the deal with 300 caps. This and that. Let me know when you want to work out the details. There aren't too many ingredients, but I brew large batches, so we need a good bit of each. We'll need punga fruit, yeast, and some fishing batteries for that extra little kick.
How many do we need? I don't think she told me. I know I had saw some stuff in here that may have it. Where's another place? Oh yeah, at the mansion underneath it. Had some of that stuff. That's why I had so much yeast around. Well, I answered my question. I've never done this quest, so. Okay, we got enough yeast now. I've been finding so much of that stuff and I never grabbed it. shotgun shell. What is the other thing I need? I know I'm not collecting one thing. I think I have 2 fission batteries. I have 3 bags of yeast. I have a lot of hunger fruit, but I don't think I have exactly what you need. Yep. No, I do not. Need one more fission battery. Oh my gosh. Dang it, dude. Come on. Oh no. Oh, there we go. Okay. The only place where I think it would be refined would be...
Help me out!
Come on. Okay. So how many do we need? We're fine. 10. I don't think we have 10. I'll be real.
There you
Come on. One more hit. Okay. I'm never gonna make sure I have everything I need. What? How am I over encumbered? Oh. Oh. It's usually how it goes. Yeah. Drink one of these.
Broke legs are slip.
Well, if it ain't my... I see you sprung for the refined fruit. Good for you, sweetie. I see. Thank you kindly for these.
Let's give you the batteries.
I thought so. Those things do carry a smell, don't they? Let me take 'em off your hands then. Brewing low and slow, sweetie. Process takes about a day. Why don't you come back in a piece?
Okay. That took almost... Okay. That almost took all my weight away. We'll go back to this vessel. Alright, let's listen to these holotapes first. If they even are holotapes.
This is Caroline Saunders, Principal Geological Chemist for Bish National Gas Survey MD16001. Sample set 1 shows promising concentration of biogas in mostly limestone substratum of wetlands. No exact levels yet, but this site should exhibit more than enough extraction potential to meet survey goals. I'm going to leave a couple of interns here to handle the minutiae, but it's a formality. I'll move on to the other sites now to make sure this isn't an aberration. Consider this my authorization signature on sample site 1. Caroline Saunders speaking, Principal Geological Chemist on Bish National Gas Survey MD16001. Preliminary results from sample site 2 are promising. We're posting similar concentrations as in the first site. Similar biogas makeup here as well, including a few organic compounds that I'm not familiar with. We've also discovered heavy lye residue in a naturally formed chamber at this excavation site. Lucky we were wearing caustics gear to begin with, or somebody might have suffered some serious chemical burns. I'd like to analyze the site further, see if there's any connection between these compounds and the lye deposits. My tech is telling me he needs a couple of hours to work on our ventilator unit. I suppose I'll move on to Site 3 in the meantime. Further analysis is for my own curiosity anyway. This is my authorization signature on sample Site 2.
Okay, it's Bish, not Baishi. My
What in
bad.
the world have we tapped into? Sample Site 3 is showing biogas concentration off the charts. Wetland substratum is surprisingly dense limestone at all excavation sites, and we've had no trouble locating naturally formed chambers. This and the dense calcite formation suggest that subterranean water flow has eroded a vast network of caves and grottos throughout the region. Mapping these will be a monumental effort and necessary to fully uncover the bounty of natural gas resources captured down here. What I don't understand is the amount of lye residue we're encountering. I'm going to try and touch base with some of my academic contacts and see if we can find any precedent for it. We'll have plenty of time to work that out, though. I've no doubt Bish will want to set up shop here and drill their little hearts out. This is Principal Geological Chemist Caroline Saunders for Bish National Gas Survey MD16001. Consider this my authorization signature on sample site 3. Far as I'm concerned, this is a prime location for biogas harvesting and a treasure trove for some field research.
Okay, so she shouldn't have gotten killed, but what would be the issue? Okay. We just have to discover the cemetery 'cause I got killed over here last time. Wait. Oh wait, is it this one? I just missed it? Okay, it is this one. Okay. One more undiscovered site over here.
Just getting jumpy, I guess.
Okay. Oh. Yeah. These smugglers are really taking over. Three lashings. Hey, Teddy. Ain't a bobo. You gonna go, boy. You a good boy. Alright.
Oh!
Yeah, the cemetery needs to get cleared out. There's one more little guy down there. Where are you going? Get back here. I need all of these little fingers that you guys have so... No, not the cemetery. What am I doing? What is this? What is that sound? This has to be a kid or something. Place isn't that dangerous. You've successfully baited me into taking a grenade to the face. Someone please tell me what's going on. I've never been here before. I'm getting no heat signatures on the... Wait, hold on.
You made it past my traps? Get out of here, mister. Aren't you afraid the ghost will get you? Yeah, you better scram. If he looks you in the eyes, your brain will melt. So what if it was? I've bagged meaner than you, and I'll do it again. Well, alright. But any funny business, and I'll pop you one. My name's Kenny, and I'm the boss of this mine. I bet you can't beat me in a race.
Whoa.
You look real
Got a
slow.
bunch of mines that'll slow you down.
I don't know. I ran away a long time ago. I live here all by myself. I wasn't born right. Mama hid me in the basement, and Pappy kinda just forgot about me. But I knew I had to go before I grew up. Look at me! I don't get the marks. I go around the wets and folk will shoot at me, thinking I was one of your type. I already told you I ran away. Shut up about it, alright? I got bored locked up in the basement all the time. So, I started taking things apart and putting them back together again. Things aren't so strange when you can see all the stuff that makes them. You know, see something's insides? That's what the real thing is. I'm grown up enough already, and I'm the only thing I can be. Me. The grown-ups like my mom and pop just live in the wet. They're okay. They just don't trust outsiders like you. Most think I'm an outsider too, because I don't got the markings on me. I tend to stay away from the grown-ups. Except when they have a campfire. Some nights I hear them dancing, then I sneak out to watch. Old Man Herzog's mine hole? Isn't much, but it's home. He was a mean old man. Owned this mine 1,000,000 years ago. Made the miners work real hard and didn't give them any money or food for their kid. One day, a bunch of miners sat down and just stopped working. Old man Herzog, he didn't like that. Not a bit. So he blew them all up with 1,000,000 tons of dynamite. No one wanted to work in the mine after that. Then old Herzog came down here and hung himself. They say his angry ghost still haunts the mine. It doesn't scare me, though. Swamp folk know old Herzog's mine hole, say it's haunted. So I knew most folk wouldn't want it this way, except outsiders like you. Doesn't usually take more than a clapperjaw and a leg to scare them off. I go out to play some days, and might bag me a shellman to eat. Most days, I just sit here with my stories and toys, though. I don't know, mister. You didn't try to kill me, and you seem pretty nice for a grown-up. But still, how do I know I can trust you? Okay, fine. I guess you can hang out here. You can keep your stuff here, too. I won't mess with it. So, what do you want to do first? Play hide and seek or tag? Wait here and count to 10, slowly. Then see if you can find me, okay? No cheating. Close your eyes. Count to 10. Go!
Oh yeah, I'm supposed to be counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I know he's over there. He's right underneath, but I don't want to make it too obvious.
Okay, now it's your turn to hide. I'll count to 10. Go! 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi.
Oh, he's doing it that way.
You're pretty good at this game. Where are you? Did you turn invisible or something?
Why are you just sitting there? Go search somewhere else.
You're pretty good at this game. Did you turn invisible or something? Did you turn invisible or something? Found you!
Oh yeah, I forgot how to go
keep
invisible.
playing? Okay.
Fuck.
Ah! Okay. I'm gonna catch you.
Oh really? See how good your pathfinding is. Ah, I'm cornered. Okay.
Tag, you're it.
No, we're still playing. Okay. Give him a head start like he gave me.
Caught me. I'm gonna catch you.
Oh, fuck. Okay, you get me.
Tag, you're it.
I'll give my head start. Okay.
Caught me. Aw.
Never tried sneak on Mirelurks. Oh, wait. Hey, come on, dude. This takes too long. Aw. Yeah, did you fall off the bed? It's okay, buddy. Hold on. Okay. I'm so sorry, guys. I had to make sure my dog was okay. My other dog pushed him off the bed because somebody got home. Oh, God. Okay. Okay, is that all of them? Just as long as we keep that kid safe, that's all I care about. Won't be able to come back here and visit you, but I already have to visit a lot of different people. Okay. There's nothing. I don't have anything over here. Yep. That's what I figured. Okay, are we out of the sight line? Nope. How's this not a location to be discovered? Oh, it is. Okay. After we find this little area over here, I think that's where it was. Actually, let's just go back over here. Okay, it's behind. Trash heap. Let's say. Okay. Holy Jesus. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. Where's it at? Come on. Dude, these guys are insane. think I only ate one of those. Dude, I feel like no matter how much I... Alright, here we go, here we go. You couldn't have just shot him one more time. Okay, I think I discovered everything, honestly. Alright. Only thing to do now is wait, actually.
You finding your way around, sweet? Good thing, sweetie. Tonics brewed and bottled. Here's your pay and a cut of the batch. Enjoy it. Could it now? I suppose you'd know how to see to that, wouldn't you? Well, aren't you a smart one? Sweet tonic's better for both of us after all. Thanks for mending the still, sweetie. You're a peach. Why, I'm just folk. What more is there? Things aren't wonderful, but I reckon it's hard all around. My family's lived hereabouts since, well, before the war, and I reckon we'll be here a long time yet. Here, I thought you were a quick one. Look, sweetie, I reckon you'd have shot me as soon as you walked in here if you weren't a kind soul, or at least an enterprising type. That old thing's been in my family for years and years. Well before the bombs, there was a time folks couldn't get no tonic by law, and my family did okay helping them get what they needed.
Huh. Why can't you just send the kid over here? Probably the best place for him. Let's get her back home.
Hey, just in time. Found out who went rooting around in our skulls, and you'll never guess who it was. As a totally unrelated hint, I'm in charge of his boat now. I consider it payment for what he did to my poor sliced up brain. I was gonna do the same to him, but I figured you'd want the honor. Seems that when the tribals would send someone to the swamp, he'd be waiting around to nab 'em when the Pungaseeds gassed 'em. He'd do his amateur surgery for the tribals and let us wander back, all in exchange for punga fruit to trade. Sweet little deal he had going on. Yeah, from the look of it, he kept every bit of gray matter he cut out, and he had quite a collection. You can take a look if your stomach's up to it. And while you're in there, feel free to give Tobar my First off, I'm claiming this boat. I put Tobar down, so it's mine. Them's the rules of the ocean. So that leaves me with a boat, a load of punga, and a wicked scar. Damn if I haven't earned that adventure I came out looking for. Think I'll take over running this ship. I can travel as I like and always head back to the wasteland to see Mom. Not a bad way to live, huh? Of course, you can always ride for free. Well, there's not... Now that I've got this sweet boat, I guess I could head back home. For a while, anyway. Just wait till Mom sees the haul I'm bringing home.
Well, if it isn't my favorite traveler. And oh, what a trip you were on. Why, when you were under, you should have heard some of the things that came out of your mouth. But I suppose you're more interested in what came out of your head, aren't you? Why do we do anything? You travel the world, kill people, take trophies that interest you, and move on. I'm much the same. The only difference is that my trophies are somewhat more medical in nature. Oh, and to be honest, I probably kill fewer people than you do. But I suppose it's time that came to an end, one way or another.
We haven't.
You having fun yet? No. Well, yeah, actually.
Good to see you again. Yes, thank you so much. And now that she's got this boat and carrying all this cargo, well, I can afford to actually pay you. Thank you so much.
You three or two just gonna start traveling together now? Man, alright. Let's head back to, let's see. We'll head back here. Sign it off. So we can get dog meat. Well, I'll see how I'm gonna divvy up the videos. But, this is either episode 12 and 13, or it is just episode 12. We will see. Because if it's longer than 4 hours, well, I gotta chop it down. Thank you, and have a great day.